I was just thinking the other day, what a wonderful off-season to celebrate a championship and relax and do all the extra things that we've been able to do. And then I thought, this may be an off-season like none other as far as my health is concerned. And I said, I sure am tired of all these little things. And not that the heart is a little thing, but first it was the blood in the retina, fixed that. Then we did the stents in the heart. I now have a broken toe that I'm trying to navigate for the next 4 to 6 weeks. And I guess you'd say, getting older is not for sissies, but you deal with whatever comes your way and just keep on keeping on. It is. In the summer I miss them because I don't require that they be here. I let them have their freedom and go do things. But it sure is nice when they all come back and they're safe and they're sound and they're in practice. And it's been an interesting 3 weeks because I've got some talent. And that talent is not going to win championships unless we all get on the same page and we all pull for each other. And so far, it's been great. Dig deep roots. We understand that with a championship and with the preseason ranking that we really have a target on our backs. We get that. We welcome it to an extent in that we keep it in perspective also. It is great recognition for LSU, great recognition for our program. Again, another first. I never realized that preseason rankings, LSU had never been number 1. So we will celebrate that. But we keep it in perspective. It's just, with that theme, dig deep roots. The deeper you dig, the prettier the fruit. And we know that people are going to know that that's the defending national champions and we're going to get their best shot. I've just never been a coach that's talked to them much through the years or talked to my teams much through the years about, oh, wow, we're ranked. Oh, wow, this one made preseason all-conference selection. Those things just don't really matter. What matters is the next game. What matters is the next opportunity to win a championship. And at the end of the day, all those things that are written about us and all those publications that choose you to be number 1 or preseason ranked or all SEC, it'll take care of itself if the team does good. But we don't sit and talk about it. I'm sure each of them sees it because they're very much into social media, but we just don't talk about it. I have a lot of depth. I have a lot of talented players. And that is a good thing because you never know what might happen through the course of the season with injuries or anything like that. I have a good mixture in that locker room. I have 7 returners that have a ring. I have 6 newcomers that don't have a ring. So they keep each other kind of hungry and humble. On the floor, if you come watch a practice, I think you will be impressed with just how competitive drills are and how they make each other better. And sometimes, I'll say this again, when you have that much talent, you have to be careful how much you let them compete against each other because it can kind of be like in the backyard when you're playing against your siblings. It can get really, really aggressive quickly. Well, I just said depth is obvious. It makes me stay on my toes. It keeps them from getting real comfortable because they understand that coach will quickly play the next person. We're going to have a fun year, particularly in non-conference, to kind of separate a little bit on who needs to play in certain situations in a game, who needs to play together, who on the perimeter are my best defensive players. And it will keep us as coaches very much on our toes. But it's a good problem to have. You hope to. You hope to. I do believe that if you can rest them in the non-conference and still put a product on that floor that's good and competitive, you do that. I'm surprised that we were able to have this much depth this early, but then I step back and go, Kim, you have a transfer portal now, and that has allowed us to have more depth. When I recruited Hailey out of the portal, it wasn't just say, hey, I need you to come be our point guard. You got to remember, I've got returning players that played point last year with Alexis Morris, last year Poa, Katiri Poole. Those guys are point guards and can also play the off guard. So what Hailey wanted when she came here was for me to teach her the point guard position and her be able to do both. Now, as the season progresses, and if she ends up being the true point guard and that's where she stays, then so be it. But I, right now, today, need Hailey to do both. I need her to play the point, but I also need her to go back to what she's been doing on the wing a lot, because she's a natural at that position. But maybe at the next level, her having played some point guard here will only help her as she goes to pro basketball. I see a lot of things in Hailey. I think just me evaluating her from when she was at Louisville, she's a kid that shot a lot because she needed to. I think she's quickly learning. I don't have to take as many shots when I'm surrounded with these many kids around me that can score the ball as well. And at point guard, I've coached two types of point guards. I've coached those who were game managers that were not scoring point guards, and then I've coached the Odyssey Sims of the world who are scoring point guards. Don't take that away from her. Our team needs that. I think Hailey, when she is at the point, will be a scoring point guard because you don't want to take that away from her. But I think just teaching her the little things, transition defense being one of them. She's got to now change her mindset that I don't pick up the ball in the backcourt. I got to be the one back directing traffic like a center fielder. Those are the little things with playing point that the average person doesn't understand. It's not just throwing you the ball and now you're the point guard. There are little things through the course of a game that you are responsible for. Morrow can just flat out score the basketball. I mean, she can face you up at the post and score it. She can take you out at the three and score it. She can shoot the mid-range. She leaps out of the gym. I hope that every game I see that she and Angel Reese are on that floor together and they're literally fighting for rebounds. But what you hope happens is one of them relents and says, okay, you take this one, I'm going to get the next one. Because they're both that type of player. When she was at DePaul, Morrow was a double-double machine, and we all know the records that Angel broke here last year with all the double-doubles she had. I will quickly tell you, Angel Reese probably was the happiest when we got Morrow and Hailey, because you can't play this game and be selfish and do things by yourself. And I know that Angel had a taste of a national championship ring, and she wants to put herself and our team in a position to do that again. And man, would that be special for Morrow and Hailey and Michaela Williams and all my freshmen. It's just it's why they came here. Michaela is, she's just so strong. She has a presence on that floor physically that first gets your attention. I watch her shoot the ball. I watch her run the floor. I watch her defend every day. And not many freshmen are college ready when they come out of high school. She may end up being my third freshman that is physically ready and talented enough to get in there as a freshman and do some damage. I am so excited about not just her upside, but until you have them every day, you just don't realize how good they are. And Michaela Williams is so talented, so talented. Aaliyah made one of the USA basketball teams this summer and chose not to play because she wanted to clean up an ankle that had been bothering her, stayed here all summer. Really is, her body is changing. It's becoming that cut, big body inside that she's probably never even seen before, because she's just been able to play no matter what her body looks like, because she's just taller and bigger than everybody else. And now she's learning how to get in shape. She's learning, how to position herself. Her mannerisms are just so kind and sweet, and you don't ever want to change that. But for those 2 hours we're on that floor, I want her to just be a beast. I want her to just kind of be mean, and that takes time, and we'll get there. But she has some God-given talents that she was just born with. But she is just a joy. She's a joy to be around. She's a joy to coach. She wants to get better. And the thing I'll say about her is no matter what drill we're doing, no matter what she's done, good or bad, she's always looking at me to see my reaction. And that tells me she wants to please me. Let me say this about Somaya Ctii and Poa. We do not win the national championship if they don't do what they did in the national championship game. Now, certainly Carson and Morris, but they're gone now. The amount of minutes those three players got through the course of the playoffs, you can't put a value on it because it was that big. If you go back to the Utah game, Angel had fouled out. Samaya's got to get a big missed rebound right there. She had to contest a shot on the perimeter late, desperation shot. Poa takes the 2 charges off of Clark. Ctii delivers the ball. She has to guard the better players on the perimeter for the opposing teams we played. Those will make them better this year. Those moments will make them better. I just am so impressed. Somaya stayed here all summer, wanted to get stronger, wanted to replace LaDeja's spot in the lineup, and it matters to Somaya. Well, I don't view it as we're a week away. That's just an exhibition game. Who I start in that exhibition game will probably not be who I start in the first game. I'm looking at a lot of things when the lights get turned on. Is what I'm seeing in practice the same kid that I'm going to see when the lights come on? So we're farther away than maybe the fans view it, because exhibitions don't matter. They're irrelevant. They're just an opportunity to play with the lights on. You're talking about this picture book? Hey, that is the coolest thing. Actually, I had a high school friend of mine reach out to me, and he's friends with someone who had done a picture book for Ole Miss baseball. And it intrigued me, and I took it to the administration, and it's awesome. It's beautiful. And I understand now they're doing one for LSU baseball. So what a memory. I'm going to have that all over my house and sitting on coffee tables, and I encourage people to buy it. It's worth it because you're just reliving what happened from start to finish last year. I know we have a documentary coming out. Oh, wow. That's going to make you cry because it gives you inside the locker room. And I got a little preview of it yesterday on my phone, and I thought, if people don't buy this, they're missing out because it is unbelievable. Season tickets, can't help you. Don't call me if you don't have season tickets. I do know we have 1,063 left for Walkups. So if you want to get to a game and even get in the building, you better get there early because this is crazy. This is nuts. This is something that I can't even describe what's happening right now. I had a conversation the other day with someone, and they brought this to my attention, and you think about this. At a Power 5 university, Power 5, good football, good baseball, good gymnastics, good basketball. Can you think in your lifetime where you had so many women's basketball or women athletes who really are the premier name in an athletic department? And I say that in all humbleness. We've got a dang Heisman Trophy person in football being talked about. But I think the female athletes, because of NIL, because of social media, that's who's really being talked about at LSU. And I don't know that I've ever seen that at any Power 5 school. Now, you've seen the Connecticut, but Connecticut is not football like we are in the SEC. Connecticut has a long history of, the Birds, the Tarasis. Understand my comment. My comment is not specific program. My comment is in a Power 5 conference. Have you ever just seen the attention that Angel Reese and Flau'jae and Alexis Morris and Livy Dunn, and you're going to add Hailey Van Lith to that list, Morrow, you're going to add Michaela Williams to that list. They have those personalities that people will just flock to. And I just sit back sometimes and think, I get to coach those girls. Let me just watch it.